Jesus. Alrighty. Alright, well, first off, hello and welcome to a brand new stream. I'm Shiron91, and previously I tried to stream this, but it did not work. So, as I was saying, I wanted to do something different, show you guys my creations that I made on here. So, here we go. I know it's not like super informed or anything, and I'm really sorry. I just excuse me, I just ate something right now recently, and as you can tell, I made a bunch. Look at all of these peepers. Look at all that. Look at that. So we're gonna start off with myself in the game. I bought both of the season packs, Season Pack 1 and Season Pack 2. Sorry, I also sound a bit tired, so I deeply apologize. Then of course, Huang, his style I thought was pretty cool. So I got this one and thought that this was a fun one. What I love about Soul Calibur in 6 is that it did a whole lot better than what it did in the previous game. Yes, I have the sniffles. I have the big old sniffies. It's been cold this morning and I had to pull around 30 carts. By myself, actually. I mean, I had to because we were really behind on work. So, here is me with my long hair. I miss it. I miss it real bad. So, of course, here I am with some of Huang's equipment, actually. And in case you haven't noticed earlier, this little Warrior's Prayer bead is actually the same color as a special kind of bead that was given to me by my boyfriend, who is here with us. It looks just like the one that you gave me, the lava rock bracelet. It has a little orange strap. And I really hope that you guys liked it. And look at those boats. These feathers. Look at them feathers. They're so feathery. Yay! Oh, by the way, I figured I'd go ahead and bring this up right now. The GoFundMe page is still up. It's still pinned to my Twitter accounts. I'm actually going to end that somewhere at the last week of March. So if you guys want to donate, please do. You can find it in my my Twitter. This will be uploaded on YouTube, and hopefully I can get some more in before then, because I am planning on moving out, thank goodness, to be with Steven, or Helix, or Wolfcoin009 in New Hampshire. My mom said it was okay. I mean, of course I do. And I think 2021 is the year that things are going to change, and it's going to be for the better. Especially with COVID-19 slowly starting to go down, but we still have a long way to go before it's all gone. So I'm just going to say this, but I'm just going to ask you all nicely to always wear your masks, wash your hands, stay 6 feet, and for the love of God, please, please wear a mask. Alright, let's see if I can change the color of those feathers. Actually. Yes, hand sanitizers. Use hand sanitizers. Where do you get them? I don't know. I don't care where you get them. Just please put sanitizing stuff. Just sanitize your hand, for God's sake. I do not want to end up getting caught with it at all. And it's a really nice thing that you do. I actually like this one. It's a lot better. It gives the metal a lot more of a shine. That's fine by me. There. How's that? It doesn't match everything else, but screw it. I don't care. I want those white feathers. Or maybe not. Oh well. Well, it's worth a try looking at anyway, so... Let's see... What was that one? 252, 8. That's how I usually remember what colors I used. 252, 8. There. Got them. Yeah, I really... So this is actually my player 1 costume. Can I switch? No. No. I gotta go back down. Finish editing. That's my first costume. This is my second one. And... boom! Look at that. I actually think this one is much cooler. And I gave myself a tattoo, actually. A wolf tattoo. Isn't that cool? And there's the wolf on the back of the robe. A wolf on the vanguards. I just love wolves. Just like dragons, wolves are my personal favorite animals. They're actually my favorite because they're real too. Alright, so... I do, don't I? And guess whose turn it is? Yours! I had a problem with the scarf in general, but I went with this one. It's a lot longer, but you could still see the detail on it. I did my best on it there, honey. My boyfriend is interested in a anime called Shiron91, is it? I can't remember. And I found this and I thought it was really cool. And in here, if I could just... I don't know if you could see it. There. Okay, it's Cyborg09. Thank you. There is a black warrior's bead with a purple strap. That is to symbolize my boyfriend, who is wearing the bracelet that I gave him. And this is the weapon that I chose for him. One long sword that can actually break into two. But there's actually more right here. I'll show you some more right here. And I love it. That was that was hard to make, actually. Especially the numbers. There is the simple swords. This one I think is really cool. I'll show you. And look at that. It's red. And if I don't want it, I can just press this button right here, and it will undo what I did. So what'd you think? What do you think, honey? Do you like it? I worked real hard on this one. When we move in together, I'll let you play around with the weapons that we have here and see which ones you like the best. And this one I thought was pretty cool. Twin Dragon Tongues. I want to be sure I keep the weapons that I have so far. And I think that's it for the first costume. Now for your second costume. I think this one was the most insane I've ever done, so let's go. Here it is. This one, I thought the scarf was super cool. And he's got a real badass ponytail. And that thing looks like a cape. I'll have to show you what I can do with it and how it looks during combat. And I think I remember that you said it looked like Orin if Orin was in a Final Fantasy, went from Final Fantasy to Soul Calibur. Didn't ya? Ah, damn it. Sorry, my controller is drifting. I don't like it. Orin. And on the back, the same thing, 0020. 0020, I guess. Oh my gosh. I love it. And I hope you do too. Oh wait, I want to show you the mock battle and see how it float and how well it flows. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Look at that cloak. Yeah. Oh, I missed. And honestly, when I found it, I thought of a young knight. Oh, look at that! I love it! I love it! I love it! I love it! Alright. Time to quit the mock battle, or else I'll stay here forever and watch Helix's majestic cloak and tattered up cloak basically catch the breeze of the wind. I know, right? It's so cool! And Gro is actually a new character in the game. And now for another one, Tyler. Or for those who don't know, Baron, who is a really close to us, actually. He's really close to us because we're friends, very close friends. So this is him as a pirate, but I'm not happy with how it looks. He's got striped pants. Look at that pants. They're stripes. Black and white stripes. The scarf, or the handkerchief thing around his neck, I like. The gun, I think he would be. So I thought I'd add some stickers. I went a little sticker crazy. Them pants. And the worst thing about that is that I can't put a belt on there. Like, it would have been nice, so... Actually, let me see if I can change the leather shirt into something different. This is all that we get, by the way. Yeah, I actually am still a bit tired, a bit groggy. Congratulatory shirt. This would be Baron. He'd wear that instantly. And hey, it actually blends in pretty well. What do you think? I think it's a thumbs up for me. It's just sad that Baron couldn't be on here. He would have loved to see himself look like a pirate. Arr. I do that a lot with a pirate joke. So. What? Oh, hi Holly. I'm sorry. Up he goes. Aww. Let me see you, Siffy. She's gotta have attention. Say hello. She's gotta have attention. Hello. Up we go. There he goes. I'm gonna let her lay down. Yep, Holly Wieners. Alright, let's change it to something more appropriate. Alright, so this will be white, clear white. Let's change it to a gold. Well, it won't be gold, but it'll still be gold regardless, so... Let's give him a dark blue. Well, almost dark blue. And I'm going to change the pattern on the pants. I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to make it white. Better, I think. The only thing I don't like is how it glitches through some of the cloth, but whatever. Right? Ah, the gun holster. Oh, I forgot I could change the color on that. Let's change it to a gold. Because he's a very famous pirate. And we'll change the wood color a gray. And the leather a little dark. I honestly love character creations. They're one of my favorite things. Like, you give me a game with a created character, and I will fucking drool over it. I love that mode personally. And this was in Soul Calibur 3 when it first began, and I had a field day with this one. I love this thing. This game did so much better than Soul Calibur 5 because not only does it have more stuff and it has more downloads, but of course it also has the same as 5 but with a lot more. With Season Packs 1 and 2, which I bought. I could not resist with those characters. And I know that you're not a big Soul Calibur player, honey, but out of all of it, yeah, a lot of characters are dual wielding. I'm the only one that doesn't have a dual wielding, I don't think. Now this one was a random, this is his second costume actually. I think this one's more suave and I love it. Like, look at this. The best thing in the whole world. He wears this coat and he is clearly a pirate now. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. Oh, I wish I could have put something on the back of this coat. Like a pirate thing. Maybe I can. Indeed, like a gentleman. Alright. Sorry. Morning robe. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to remove you. For a little bit. Oh wait. I can't. It won't show me. Never mind. Well, worth a try. Alright, let's try putting a sticker on the back of the robe. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Alright, so. Let's see. I know I had it somewhere. What I love about it is that there's so many stickers. Like numbers, Moffat's page 2, scars, dirt, Chinese characters on both pages. Alright, so let's see if we can find that pirate symbol. Ah, here it is. No, wait. This one looks a lot better. I love it. Alright, so... oh, no. Okay, so... there we go. There it is. Awesome. Let's make it a little bigger. Bigger. 50. That'll do the trick. No, Judge. No. Go lay down. Yeah, much better. Oh, if only Baron could see this. Okay, that affects the look. What about this one? Okay, that makes it completely black. Alright, let's see. 9. No. Let's see. No. Actually, no. I think I can make it work. There, that's better. Hold on. There, that's better. Now he's got a pirate symbol on it. Arr! Now he's a pirate. Arr. Okay, so. That's done. Finish the editing. What do we need? Oh, you so sad. What's the matter? Alright, on to another character that I made. She's actually not based off of anything, but I wanted to use the Hidden Village clan. In fact, I might make a backstory for her. You could say, in a way, her weapon is based off of the Soul of Ivy, and she has an item called the Phoenix Tail. But I'm going to edit the name of it, though I technically can't do that in game, but I can do it in my mind. So even though it is green, I would call it the Viper's Curse. A special snake sword that was crafted by her, if you can tell from her attire, that she is the alchemist of the Hidden Clan Village, and she's highly praised for her artistic work. And she's highly spiritual when it comes highly spiritual when it comes to magic. But alas, she decided to do something forbidden, and she exited and she left the village of her own volition, and for that she was branded as a traitor, and as punished, and of course as punishment for it, also beauty physics. No Soul Calibur game is complete without boobs. Like boobies. Ah, shoot. Wrong one. Wrong slider. Alright, let's try that again. There, that's better. That's better. Right. No. Don't go up the back. No. No. Damn it. God dang it. And there we go. But of course, as punishment for leaving, she was vowed to never return back to the village until she redeemed herself for being in the affair of mortals. So with her magic arts and with her magical arts as well as her snake sword, she became the Traveler to help put an end to destroying Soul Edge. That was a bad way of pronouncing a character. And of course her name is Belladonna. Because of course she is. My character, my rules, I guess. I'm sorry. Okay. That's Belladonna. And now for her second costume, which was a bitch to make. But here we go. This is it. And look at that. The little eye symbol is something very different, but it will be explained later, hopefully. But yeah, and she's having these library. She's like a librarian now. She kind of looks like a librarian. She kind of does look like a modern day librarian. Well, I guess after her meeting... Oh, fudge. But anyway, after she was banished from her village, she found the man that caused her to be banished, ended up taking her in and helped him with, of course, with his library that also housed very special interest with of course, Soul Edge. And so she works with him to help him out, but they can't really have a relationship because that's also forbidden. And of course, we lead to our next member of the village, Serena. No, not Sailor Moon Serena. Don't even think about it. This is, of course, Serena of the Hidden Village. She is a royal knight of the Hidden Villages of the mayor. I'm so bad with these things. I'm so sorry. Just bear with me on this one, okay? She is a lot harsher than Belladonna is. Serena takes her job and her task as a guard seriously, and after she found out that there was a traitor among them, she vowed to at least put an end to her. But there's a twist to this. Belladonna is actually her older sister. So she's forced to fight off against her older sister. Damn stupid thing. I'm gonna need to get a new controller for this, because right now this is just causing problems. I can't fix the drifting. I don't know how. But of course, this is her royal garbs, I guess. She's known as the Emerald Halberd. That got him caught and experimented on. I love how we get to create like backstories for their characters. It's just wonderful. But yeah, Serena is of course the younger sister of Belladonna, and she is forced to kill her sister if anything was to happen, or if she was to release any kind of information. I'm sorry. It's killing me. She's a little more impulsive than, of course, Belladonna, because she is the hot-headed one. Well, of course she is. In fact, her halberd is actually made of emerald. Very strong and sharpened emerald. Forged to her by her older sister. Deep down, she still loves her sister. Like a true sister does, unlike Frozen. Yeah, I saw what you did, Internet. The fact that you guys... Alright, mini rant here, I'm gonna let it out. The fact that you guys were trying to make that there were some people out there that literally made Elsana a literal shipping story. Like, shame on you. Shame. They're sisters! Besides, Anna and Kristoff are better off anyway. Alright, mini tantrum over. Like, honestly. I mean, if you... Wow. That literally was a thing. I looked it up. Like, I actually watched Lily Orchard's video called Elsana. Oh my gosh, that made me feel so uncomfortable. I mean, I love my brothers, but not like that. I love my brothers like brothers. The fact that... Oh god. No. Just no. Let's move on. On to our second costume. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Her second costume. Way different. This is basically like her training outfit. She prefers to study and train. In fact, this is like her younger self, believe it or not. It's water. Anyway, moving on. Just like that, she did end up... Before she became a royal guard, she was actually a very impulsive troublemaker within the village. But of course, an elderly wise man took her in and disciplined her. Helix versus Serena. That's a done deal. I'm on to that. I totally see that. That'd be awesome. Alright. That would be freaking sweet. I'll have that reminded. Actually, a fun fact. Steven and Serena actually did meet. They see themselves as friendly rivals. They're like the best friends that they never knew. And of course, this is based off of one of my friends on the stream. So, this is actually Zira, who is also known as Zero Shift on of course, FA. I actually remember when I watched Zero actually stream Soul Calibur 6 and play through Setsuka's story, and then I imagined myself, I could imagine Zira literally with Setsuka's fighting style. And then this happened. You're welcome, Zira. I miss you. I really hope you get to reply again. Okay. But I honestly was really baffled. Like, this is actually so far the only character with makeup on. See? I thought it looked pretty cool. And she's got big boobies. She's got real big boobies. Because Zero's character, Zero's Sona, has bigger boobies, but this is as big as it gets. As for the costume choice, I wanted it to stay accordingly to her fighting style, which is Setsuka thing. And of course, I actually like this one way too much. I'll admit, I confess. Alright, this one I think is my personal favorite when it comes to her first costume. The second costume I think is a little saucy, a little too sexy for kids. And this is her second costume. Get ready, because you're going to be seeing a lot of hearts. Ta-da! Here it is. Her second costume. Kind of looks like Willy Wonka, but with huge boobs and hearts on the nipple area. Tee-hee! I would love to see Zero just go, oh, you tease. She has her cape, she has her top hat, and she's wearing those sexy librarian costumes. And of course, sexy librarian, dang it. And of course, the sexy librarian glasses. Like, I personally love this one a lot. Only she's not afraid to cut anyone's... She's actually a very playful fighter, to say the least. But she does love to improve. She's not afraid to get down and dirty when she needs to. I don't really have much of a backstory for her because I don't want it to be off on my top of the head. It's not my OC, but I figured I'd do this because I do have friends and I do have my loved ones. And I figured, why not make one that would fit their needs and purposes? I mean, I know that Baron does not like fantasy, which is really sad. Because I think it would have been nice to see him in a fantasy world where he gets to be a pirate. And I think that'd be cool. And next, my role model, who actually became one of my friends, Akira Satomi, or Aki for short. For Aki, I honestly wanted... not necessarily playing with her victims first, but she does like to tease them. But when push comes to shove, she'll definitely kick your ass, so don't even try it. Heck, if you even try to cop a feel, she'll kick your head so far hard into the ground, you'll leave an indent, even on sheet metal. But honestly, I'd love to see Zero make a backstory for her. It'd be sweet. But back to Akira. Aki is basically the samurai, as you can tell. I tried my hardest to make it look exactly like his katana that he uses in his artwork, and Aki, I'm sorry, I tried my hardest. I chose Masamune for this one, and I hope you like it personally. As for that, I wanted to have two different colors, red and blue. The red on this one right here is based off of another character that he has, a big bosomed dragoness named Amelia, or Amy, which honestly back then I had a huge crush over when I was younger. I was of age, if that's what you're wondering. But yeah, I incorporated some of Amy's color too. The chain, of course, is white, black sides, the red robe, the ropes are brown, and the leather. There isn't really a lot to say, but I did my best. I mean, I wanted to try and make it unique as I could. And I think it's really cool, because this is actually, let's see what the name is, Destiny Monk's Robe, Upper. So I chose the Destiny Lower Bodyguard and Destiny Monk Robe for the top. Used arm wraps, Samurai's Hakama, And of course, Yojimbo's clogs. Which are these straw things right here. It must be something. But of course, Aki, if you like this, please let me know. And I also have another costume for Aki, his Player 2 costume. Ta-da! Sorry, I burped. And of course, this one I think is probably somewhat of my favorite, but I won't say it's my 5-star favorite. But I still like it, because I really did try to make him a lot more mellow, relaxed, and of course, donning the black with the red dragon on the back, with the white circle. I did my best on this one, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have been coughing so dang hard. Okay, so for this one, I didn't do a whole lot, but for the bottom, I also had the Destiny Monk's lower pants. I didn't like it a whole lot, but it's growing on me a bit. And as for the sash, clearly white. But of course he's very skilled, but he uses the white rough sash to, of course, cover the fact that he is basically a very strong and powerful samurai. But he's not malicious or mean. Of course Aki's not. He's actually very nice and polite. But if you mess with his friends, you might as well be considering yourself dead. We're going with the whole Owae ryo shinde yakuni, and then they go, Nani? I'm sorry, I can't really speak Japanese very well, but I'd love to. I think this one is somewhat of my favorite, but I do appreciate it. I do like it. As for his weapons, they are a different color. The black blade, with its shiny interior. Yes, on the blue, it does have Amy's colors. And look at that, blue. In fact, when I look at this position, I think it would be really nice. I didn't want to use the same kind of pants again and again and again, because that would be really unoriginal. So that is Aki's first and second costumes. The second one is Hayabashi. Get ready for this one, because this one's a doozy. He's a big woofy. He's a big woof woof. Big woof. And he's a furry. So fluffy. The thing about him is that he's actually a big guy. And he was once human. But of course he decided to make fun of a god that does not take lightly with insults. And of course it was a wolf god of all things. As much as he tried to apologize, it was not enough. And for his punishment, he was to serve an eternity as a wolf, being feared by the humans that he made fun of. He was a dirty fighter, to say the least, as a human. Very dirty. But he has learned to fight with more honor in him. And he's very... And of course, he did gain a lot of weight. But it didn't stop him from being a fighter. He kept fighting no matter what. With the head, of course, this one was a hard one for me because it always had a habit of breaking. So I ended up changing it to do not break. And so far it hasn't broke. He would be, wouldn't he? And if you want to ask, he's bisexual. He can go both ways. He said, I might as well. With him, Hayabashi is basically a cocky individual. As a human, he was a womanizer. But as a wolf, or as the Night Wolf, as people would nickname him, the Wolf of Darkness, he ended up at least brandishing himself as more of a hero. The symbol on his head is the curse mark that was there. It stays there permanently. And of course, he can get drunk. A lot. There is his sake bottle. He loves it. He spits it on his sword. Alright, that's his first costume. Now on to his second costume. And look! Another eyeball! Brown on his crotch. And the same symbol on the back of his coat still on his head. I'm not really happy with the boots, but I didn't want to go with those leather, with those big old high knee boots. Of course, the eyeball in general, that's still a question mark, but I'm going to leave it quiet for now. And of course, another character who is actually his wife, who is not his wife, I'm sorry, his rival actually. Yes, it did. This is Camila. She is also a member, but unfortunately, she is actually a cursed. Damn it, stupid fucking controller, I swear. She was previously well worshipped in the Hidden Village for her amazing fighting skills. Oh, another eyeball. Doesn't that sound interesting? I'm trying my hardest to be as quiet of it as I can. She unfortunately was banished. She, just like with Belladonna, were both in a way sisters of war actually. They always fought together. But of course Camila was always jealous of Belladonna's use of magic since she was more tuned to it. She, however, was not, so she tried to study magic on her own. And of course, for that, she ended up meeting with the dark arts, forbidden arts, and as punishment, she was banished from her village. Oh, sorry. She wields her own sword. Her own sword that she forged herself, or that's what she wants you to believe. She actually stole it. And so because of it, she had to continue. And so because of it, she vowed to get revenge on the village, as well as to her war sister. And this is her actual second costume. A little more dark. I really should change her eye color to red. Boy, sorry, my thing is giving me problems. The red blood paint, of course, is evil. This was actually the only thing I can actually find when it came to long braided simple hair, but it's really all that I could find. It's not really much for her. It's still a work in progress. But now it's time for the characters, my original OCs. Here we have Sierra with big boobs. She's got the boobs. Gotta have boobs. Look at them veils. Okay. I'm sorry, honey. You're gay. I know. Of course, she wields the Northern Star. Of course, she has a white lotus on her back. You and me both, honey. You and me both. We could both do it. Alright, so that is actually her Chinese orientation. And this is actually her... oh gosh. Her Eastern, I think? No, Western attire. See that little yellow? That's part of the star. This big star right behind her big poofy braid. I just wanted to create them so bad. I used to have them, but I deleted them. Those reasons. And then Larry. Larry's was the hardest. The hardest for me, I tell you. But I stuck with the simple cliche Royal Knight. And his weapon? A trident. A big old pitchfork. He's ready to stab people. Okay, just stab at you. Stabby, stabby. He, of course, is obviously the Royal Knight, but unleashes his real demonic powers. Yep, Poseidon. He stole it from Poseidon. Such a bad boy. But out of all of it, he's not bad. He just made a really stupid decision. He's got like this golden armor, like a real god, like a real hero. And that is actually his first costume. This is his second, and I found it very hilarious now that I think about it. He's got chainmail under a simple shirt. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. He's got a special sash. Look at that. Let's see. And the boots. Special stickers. Oh. It's weird. And then one of my other characters. Aurora or Amora. I think it'll be more Aurora in this one. But of course, Ada. She is a simple priestess. Well, not a priestess, but a priestess of the woods. With her, she has the power to create special vines that is used to help restore nature, since she is blessed with nature's touch. However, her town does not like it and always believes her as a cursed child. But she was taken in by some forest nomads, raised, and of course was taught to fight with tonfas. And of course she and Talim actually met and helped her advance in her training to help with the wind. I'm bad with telling good stories. I think they could have done so much better. Okay. As for everything else, that's really all I have for her. And of course, that is her first costume. I'm not really fond about it a whole lot, but it's the best I can do. Yep. Although she's more of a pacifist. She doesn't like fighting, but she will fight if need be. This is her second costume, by the way. She is part of a special group known as the Village... The Rose Wall. The Wall Roses. A special group of soldiers that are used... that are allowed to communicate with nature, but also use it to protect others. And the people that she was shunned for actually ended up worshipping her, and apologized for all their many transgressions, for their terrible behavior. She killed them with vines. Nah, I'm just kidding. She didn't really hold any grudges. She forgave them. She wouldn't kill anyone. She's too soft. But she will kill if it means to protect her life. now for the other character of mine, Joseph. Okay. This one was a disaster at first, and I really do believe it is. I think the one issue that I did have is with the little designs on the pants. Because if you can see... Damn it. Freaking thing! Stop it! These on the bottom, they aren't really visible. And that annoyed the crap out of me. But I like the stash. And if you haven't guessed it, there is green, red, and yellow. I'll give you a good guess on what it would represent. Ow. I'm sorry, I'm still sore from working last night. Like, super duper sore. And this is actually his second costume. Whoa. The same thing. Green, red, and yellow. Special guards. Green coat, red lines, and a lion on the back. She does. The scar on his eye was actually the cause of his phobia of blades. Well, he's not technically afraid of them, he just refuses to use one because of what happened. Boy. But he's more of a teacher than a student. He's trained hard, and that's all he knows is training. Like, a lot of freaking training. I'm really exhausted. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try my hardest. And finally, my last well, not my last, but almost second to last, Michelle, the demon hunting ninja. This one... Wait a minute. Stop, you annoying drifting analog stick. Oh my gosh, I just now noticed that the sash on her robe and the one that I gave her, it almost makes it feel like that she's wearing two different sashes. Okay, I'm starting to get annoyed with you. And this is my favorite controller because not only is it white, but it also has my gamer tag and my YouTube channel name. Got the other one. The heart. Oh, sorry. She is technically a demon hunter like Taki, but she is more like a mercenary too. He was like, boy. And I noticed that I didn't really do anything with her eye colors too. I'm gonna have to fix that when I'm done with the stream. She originally was not gonna have very long hair, but Michelle is known for her long hair. And she's actually Indian, believe it or not. But she ran away to Japan so she could be in peace. Guess how well that worked out for her. My gosh. But that's really mostly it for her costume. Nothing really too major. The other one, of course, is different. A lot of changes. And look at that. This is her second costume. Opposite colors. If you didn't know, her pants were black and her top was blue. But then it had the other way around. Color swap. And she has shorter hair, like a bob color. And just like her weapons, she uses Kagakiris. Special blades that I'm sure she's gonna need to help break off katanas. Excuse me. Oh boy. In a way, she kinda is, but she's not. She prefers not to be seen as a sexual icon, because she doesn't like it. Neither does Ada. And then there's the last one, Goliath. With him, oh boy, I did not want to make too many furries on here, otherwise people will label me as a big huge furry and everything else, so I kept him as human. He is actually among them one of the cursed, and is in the same cult as Zazamel's, which of course is the weapon that he uses, a scythe. Originally it was going to be a blood scythe, but of course I didn't want to do that, because Lord knows that if anything was to happen and they would see this blood, I would get in big trouble. So he is basically one of the oldest characters that I've ever owned. But surprisingly, he is more cold-hearted than anyone else. But he cares deeply for his friends that he's made. He cares tremendously for Ada, actually, who he sees like a daughter to her, or to him, and always calls her Sweet Pea. Right. Well, he does give her a lot of nicknames, little pet names, like Sweet Pea or Princess. And if anyone ever makes her sad, you might as well already be in the void. But of course, he has, of course, the curse of the werewolf, like Hayabashi. But unlike Hayabashi, he was able to remove his curse. But his curse with a tattoo on, of course, his right eye, that is meant to seal off his darker powers. And if anyone was to somehow break the seal, it would cause him to destroy the world. So yeah, he's not a very nice guy, but he does care for his friends. That is his first costume and somewhat of his backstory. And this is where I went all out with his hair and everything. As a member of the Imperial Reds, or of course, the Blood Mage. But unlike Scarlet, he's not interested in drinking blood like a vampire. He would rather prefer watching you bleed if you threaten him or his friends. So here's a warning. Don't ever, 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 ever insult him or his friends. But if you make Ada cry, you're already sent to hell. I'm just giving you that right now. As for his hair, of course this is his release hair, after the seal is somewhat broken. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'll try to get this done as soon as I can. And of course there is Jake. Yeah, on original name. I know. Yep, never piss him off. Jake, of course, is a narcissistic individual who believes himself to be mightier than anyone. But of course, anyone, he's basically a coward. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Okay. I'm sorry. I am like really exhausted. I'm so sorry. But I'm trying to push a little bit, but not too much like I did last time. So for Jake, he is of course a royal knight, but he wishes to be the ruler. He tried to steal the throne from the king, but of course got banished for it. This of course infuriated him tremendously and vowed to get revenge. And so for that, he seeks to find the cursed sword and get revenge on the people who denied him the throne. He loves fighting and will fight dirty. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I think pushing that many carts was not good for me. Alright, so... sorry. I could sure use some relief right now. Right now. I'll take some later. Oh, you would not want... Yeah, you miss a payment, he'll come after your soul, man. Not Jacob's. Also, welcome to the stream, Vamp King. And this was eons ago, actually. He wanted to live forever, so he found an ancient curse that allowed him to live with immortality. Which is why his eyes are blood red. So yes, he's like a vampire. He's not pale as a vampire, though. Well, I'm pretty sure his excuse would be, no, I just play a lot of World of Warcraft. And now for his second costume. This one was a pain in the ass. Oh, hi. Hello. This is actually, of course, the part of the DLC Dark Knight. Years of traveling, he ended up receiving the reputation of the warrior, the Knight of the Damned, or the Damned Knight. A knight that is filled with hatred, and has given up every ounce of his humanity, offering himself up to an ancient demon, so he can find the cursed sword and take revenge on the kingdom, and then destroy the world as he sees fit. He can shape it and divide it, however he wishes. And if need be, he'll kill you if you get in his way. I'm going to hug somebody right now. And of course, that is his first Player 1 and Player 2 costume. Oh my gosh. I am like in agonizing pain. We still have a way to go, so here is the next person, Kat. Here's a fact about her. She was originally my first official girlfriend when I was still bi-curious. Well, not technically bi-curious, but straight, but I remember I even kissed her one time, but it didn't feel right to me. And of course, this happened. I think I had a problem, and I think I still do. Of course, for the sake of it, the cat that I know and the cat in this one, not related at all. I'll just say that. I just got her name, that's it. Oh, hi, Nina. You're tiny. Alright, so of course with her, she is a obsessed warrior who loves fighting. She's even a gladiator. She loves the thrill of a battle, and loves to see the corpses of her fallen allies. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, guys. I'm trying my hardest to push here. Oh my god. Okay. I'm definitely gonna go to bed after this one. Look at those boobies. So in a way, Hercules, but with boobs. So yeah, basically like Hercules. But with big boobies. So yeah, you're right, honey. She's basically like Hercules, but with boobs. And obsessed with death. And she, of course, finds, of all things, Gregory very attractive. And wants his love. Which he's not interested in. Because he does not want that doll. Hi, Mimi. Hi, you want attention so bad. Oh, I wish I could show you guys. But of course, this is really her only time. Okay, I don't know. I'm watching this on the stream, and I apologize. But she's not afraid to use her looks as a means to get what she wants. And finally, her second character. Hello. Oh, you're so sweetie. Yes, you are. You're a big sweetie. I'm sorry, my little wiener dog is just like really wanting me to love her. I know. I'm sorry, sweetie. You can sleep under the blanket if you want. Oops. But yeah, this one is actually her alternate costume. Like a true gladiator. And she's blue. Deep blue. Which doesn't match her eye color. At all. That's a ripoff. I demand justice! Well, of course, that's never gonna happen, because it's my character. I do what I want. Like her weapon, she has a red blade because of all the blood that she spilt on it. And it's permanently fused within her blade. And of course, that is, of course, cats. Hi. And next one, GX15. A special android. What? You big baby, what do you want? There's really not much to say about her. She was actually created by, of course, the people of of Nier Automata, so I really wanted an excuse to use B2's fighting style. I tried to be original with that as best I can, but it's just not that perfect. Easy. Alright, the second one is basically armor. Nothing much to see here, but I don't really care for it much. I don't know, she's kind of like a throwaway character, or kind of like a random guest character. And of course, Chin Wang. Yes, I said it. Chin Wang. Most original name ever. Oh my god. That name is so atrocious. And it's so damn racist. I am so sorry. I mean, I couldn't really think of anything better besides Bob. I know. I know, you want me to go to sleep? But I'm already in my room! Like, wait, go to your room. I'm already in my room! See? See the poster? It's my room. See the little weenie dog? She's here. I'm literally in my room and I'm ashamed of it. If you guys have a better name for him, please let me know, because I don't want to sound racist. I know. Okay. Bad name decision aside, I would wait. Like, I honestly would find a better... Like, honestly, honey, I think I'd rather put the trust of his name onto your hands then. If you really want to be that Mr. Smart-Aleck, like, okay then, Mr. Smart-Aleck, you choose a better name. I'm all ears, honey. But, of course, he's actually a very unique character despite his stupid name. Despite the name that is so damn racist. And, again, I am sorry. That is a bad thing. Please I would like to change it personally. But of course, you see the headband that he's wearing? He's just like another member of the Hidden Village. But he is actually a low member of the village. He actually has a very special curse seal on his forehead, kind of like how Neji Hyuga does. Like, you know, with his symbol, it's used to silence or to stop him. I'm so bad with it. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for that. But because of it, he is not allowed to disobey any orders. If it does, it causes a sincere, migrating headache. Of course, that's kind of the issue. Aside from his racist name, which I'm terribly sorry for, again, if you guys have a better name, please let me know. I don't nothing. Sunday? A Sunday? Okay, that'll do. Anything to Jin Wang. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Again. Let me see if I get this right. So... no... ah, here it is. Oh, is the E silent, actually? Dae. Dae. Sundae. Oh, that's clever. Sundae. Dae. Which one? I'm sorry? I don't think I saw it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vamp King. That is his new name. Thank you, honey. Sundae. 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 But he is actually a well-respected member of the family. But despite his... even with his symbol, his curse symbol, and is forced to obey his superior, he really can't do much. So with that, from now on, Sundaya will be his name. And I'll do the same with his thing, with this one. This is his Imperial Guard armor, by the way. Oh. Perfect. Now he's less racist. Thank you, honey. You're the best. But this is actually his Imperial armor. Thank you, sweetie. Look at that. Doesn't he look awesome? His butt is hiding. Like, look at that. He's got a flat butt. His butt is flat. I don't think I saw your myth. Oh. Yeah, that would be the name of this king. That is based off of the Monkey King. Besides, I'm sure the Monkey King doesn't have a flat booty. Doesn't have a flat bat. Doesn't have a flat butt like Sun does. I gotta check something. I'm still here. Don't worry. God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm back-ish. I'm back with the flat booty. With his flat ass. Look at that ass. Like, look at that ass. It's so flat. I can't stop thinking about his ass. It's flat. But even though he doesn't have a really appealing ass, he does have a big heart. Hiding under all that bulky armor. Oh wait. There. But he's actually an Imperial Guard towards his own family in the village. is flat. Very flat. And look! Another one! Carla. A very unoriginal name for another furry. Thinking of changing her name too. She is actually a very unique, different case, actually. She is also a full-blown wolf. And was originally Hayabashi's wife. Then they got separated after he drank too much sake and drained her money. And she was like, go get your own. I'm done. I wanted to try out the Enlightenment armor that was part of the DLC, and by God, it's amazing. There is another one, however, but I didn't want her head to be removed. If you guys have a better name for her, please let me know. Out of all of it, the sash is probably the weirdest thing I've ever had to deal with. Oh my God. Nyx? That is a good name, but why don't we have Vamp get a chance to try a name? If Vamp is on. What name do you think? The Night Incarnate. Hey, she is like that because she prefers being in the night. Like, what do you think there, Vamp? Can you tell I'm not feeling... Can you tell I'm exhausted and pushed? Or pooped? Can you all tell? I've lost my fucking mind. I went bleh. My brain has freaking lost itself like My brain went way out there now. I'm sorry. Hopefully when we move in together, honey, we can do... I'll be able to relax with you while you play Jump Force. And hopefully... I hope that it will be something better. But I will change her name to Nyx. I don't think I'm saying it right, and I'm sorry for that. From now on, her name will be Nyx. Or Nyx. This one I really had a little bit of fun with. I really went with a different position. And the thing that bothers me is that whenever there are weapons or any kind of thing that sticks out, look at that. That is so scary. I don't like that. That handle is going right through her hands. Make it stop. It makes it even worse. Oh God. But of course, she, just like with, Hayabashi, is it? I already forgot his name. I'm sorry. No, I've lost my brain. Hayabashi. That's it, Hayabashi. She was also cursed by a different goddess, but also suffered the same fate. Yeah, they didn't make really smart decisions as humans. So she went by the nickname of Nyx. And the names that I did change from Carla to Nyx were actually their human names. Carla was her real name. Hayabashi's name was actually Kage. But because of it, they had to hide their real names and their true identity. With that, Nyx was born. Also, thank you, honey, for hooking me up. And finally, my first and only Automotion. Originally, she was named Ashalot from Soul Calibur 4. But then Freya came into my mind because I didn't want it to make it look like that she had a big, huge makeover. This is what she looks like now. Shira's hair, her equipment, and her boots. Nothing really much to say. But she wields Astrov's weapon. Oh boy. And yet another weapon. A weapon of mass destruction. here's a little bit of an interesting fact about Freya on this one. Freya originally was a 14-year-old girl who was caught up with some very bad experiments. And because of that, she was forced to live her life as an animatronic, forced to serve under her master, who was not even created in the game. But of course with... ow! I'm gonna try and relax a little bit. Ow! 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 Originally, yeah, it's kind of a more depressing story than what it was before. Freya was an innocent 14-year-old girl who helped out a alchemist. But unfortunately, she was not able to understand what was going to happen to her. And here's a little bit of a little thing right here. You may not see it, but there is like a little scar right there. You can't see it because it's hidden around the eye. That was from an accident that damaged the thing, and that's what caused Freya's soul to be trapped within this automotive. Because of it, she's cursed, forced to live her life to serve her master, and that she'll never be free. Because after her soul was transferred to the automotive body, or to the new doll body, her old body was buried. No one could ever figure it out. So in that sense, Freya is actually 14 years old. But one day she hopes to find her way back out, to find the freedom, to find another body that could be willing to give it up, so that she could live her life again. There was one who was about to, but her master refused and killed him, and killed the person. Very young, actually. But she wields immense strength. Even though that's one of the great benefits, she didn't like it because she wanted to feel what it was like to be human again. Even though I do like to make character backstories, sometimes they can be very dark and depressing. And personally, I think this one, was kind of the darkest. Sorry, I'm just... In technical sense, she would be like 63 or probably 64 in her soul years, but her body is basically that of an animatronic. She's immortal, but she can easily be destroyed, but it doesn't stop her from keep fighting and to find the freedom. The fact that that evil alchemist was the reason that she's trapped in that animatronic, forced to live her life out for an eternity. All because that he wanted to experiment with the human soul and actually test how well it can handle itself within that body. It's really depressing that he took advantage of a 14-year-old. Besides, the professor by all means was no saint. And I didn't even create him. At all. And I don't think I ever will yet. Probably some other time. But I'm afraid that's it for the Create a Character show. And now, one more thing. Arcade versus I'll do computer. No. Infinite, very hard. I gotta ask Helix. Costume 1 or costume 2?
Welcome to the stage.
Make your pick now, honey.
Retold.
Of course, I did end up at least getting the DLC Pack 1 and Pack 2. And it had, of course, Cassandra, Amy, Tira, and B2. And then there was Hilda, Setsuka, Huang, and Harumaru. Alright, player 1.
Soul of Roll.
We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll go with her first one then.
Soul of Songmina.
No one can best me.
And we're going to choose the City Ruins, Eternal Apocalypse. At least for this one, I can at least rest my head for a bit. Oh my god, my back! I can't take a leave yet. I'm down here. I'm rooting for Steven to win. Oh my god.
Everything that lives is designed to end.
I won't hold back.
I'll play with you.
Battle 1. Fight.
Go, Steven! Come on, Steven! Kick ass! Kick some ass!
You're finished. This'll hurt.
Tough enough?
Okay, hacks! I call hacks!
Goes to the last one standing.
Tough enough?
Ugh.
Battle 2. Fight.
Oh boy. Oh. You know, would it be better if I played as you and then I would beat Serena up? Or would you rather at least see the computer versus computer fight? I'm actually going to my hands in my pocket. I put my hands in my pocket. Yay! Steven did it. Yay! Steven did it.
Victory goes to the last
Oh
one
my
standing.
Okay, I'll play as you.
Battle 3.
Oh boy.
Fight.
I'm gonna go back and change the difficulty because a little bit of a confession, I suck at fighting games. But I really suck at fighting games, but I'm gonna go for normal. Besides, it could give me an excuse to actually play the game instead of watching people beat the crap out of each other.
Retold.
Alright, player 1.
Soul of Roll.
Oh.
Soul of Songmina.
Alright, let's do this right. Okay? But trust me, I wish I could fight like these guys. I really wish I could. Is it 7 yet? I want to take the lead. I'm so aching. I can't wait for this.
Everything
I like
that
watching
lives
this, it's so
is
cool.
designed to end.
I won't hold back.
Here we go. Hope you're ready, guys.
Fine. I'll play with you.
Battle 1. Fight.
All right. Good.
Ring out! Though to be fair, I do love playing Soul Calibur a lot. I love Soul Calibur a lot. In fact, I have Soul Calibur 2, 3, 5, and 6. Like, are you really trying to go on the edge? Ow! Ow! I'll kick your ass!
All right.
Yay!
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Battle.
Three, fight!
Come on.
Now. Give up.
Gotcha. You coward. Come on.
Give up.
Ow. Oh, shoot. Yes. Hell yeah, I did it.
Claim victory.
Wait, did she fall
and
off the edge?
bask in the glory.
Oh, I gotta see this. Oh, she did.
Next battle.
Oh my. Yay! I think I love playing Soul Calibur 6 a lot more. And I think you can see it better, the bracelet that Steven's wearing. It's a shame I can't choose which one it's on. I think it's on his right arm. Alright. Now, remember, they're very nice friends. Be nice. Alright, let's see. I could use a little bit
Welcome
of
to the stage
rust.
of history retold.
Okay. Yay, I got clappies. Okay, here we go. Should I go for player 1 or player 2? Oh my gosh, I feel tempted to do 2. Player 2 for me. What do you think? Player 2? I say I. What? I. Player 2 it is.
Soul of Punk.
I'm ready for this.
Alright, let's see if I can go up against Jake.
Soul of Nightmare.
Oh, my neck. Okay. What I love about this one is that you can change the music too, so I'm going to change it to Soul Calibur 2's Ostrheinsburg Chapel. I love Raise Thy Sword, and I love the Ostrheinsburg Chapel in Soul Calibur 2. Without a doubt, the best area ever. I love it. I think I'll play a few rounds, and I probably might end it. It's not going to be a long one, because I don't want to push myself, so I got to work in the morning anyway.
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
Let's go. Show me what you got. Battle 1.
Oh my gosh, my leg. I've tried my hardest to practice as this character with this fighting style. I think it would be better if I sat here.
Last one standing.
This is just me getting a little rust off of me.
Fight.
Haha! You fool! You fell for the biggest blunder. And this does actually lead to more of a wish list in that sense, since Season Packs 1 and 2, I think, are big hits in my book. I love them both, by the way.
Victory will not come.
This is going to be so weird, but I honestly would love to see somebody like Squall as a guest character for Soul Calibur. I mean, think about it. His weapon is very unique. Not to mention B2 was a futuristic character. And I can finally fulfill my dream of wielding a gunblade. Oh, that would be so cool.
The battle is over. Show respect to those who fought so bravely.
Stay out of my way.
Oh, I actually didn't know I beat him 3 times. Yay. I love my job. Well, it's not a job, but I wish it was. Oh my gosh. Vamp, I need to ask a question. Have you ever considered a Season 3 pack for this game? Or do you ever wish that there would be one? I don't know if there's gonna be one, but I'd love to see one personally. Let's try Baron or Tyler with his brand new look. Oh my god. Going down. Oh, no, no, no. Camellia.
You seek your own demise.
Alright, so let's go for another one from Soul Calibur 2. Let's Village of the Wind Deity, Shrine, Chapel, and gosh, Eternal Struggle, Pirates of Cove. Here it is. Since Baron's a pirate, or since Tyler's a pirate, I really wish that he was here though. My nose is stuffy as all sin.
A merchant ship replete with riches attracts more chaos than customers.
Ah, this'll be easy.
He looks a lot better, doesn't he?
You dare challenge me?
Yes.
Battle 1. Fight!
Justice?
Haha, I did it! I highly recommend it if you really like the changes that they made. They have amazing stuff in general. Oh! Did you see that?
Victory will not come
Holy
easily.
cow!
It must be seized.
I got him to use the gun! That is so cool!
Fight!
I actually did that! Oh god! Boom! I love this. Like, I highly recommend you give it a try, Vamp. I really do. You can have more creativity.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized.
It helps support them, and we might get a Steven Pack 3. And we might get Star Wars characters again. Boom! Oh crap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Show respect for the fallen.
I love this.
So bravely.
It brings back so much positive memories.
Gonna leave a mark?
I love Soul Calibur 2. It's one of my favorite games. Soul Calibur 3 was the best. Soul Calibur 4 was a mix. Soul Calibur 5 was disappointing. Soul Calibur 6, in my opinion, is the redemption game. The one that really redeemed itself after the whole travesty with that fan stories, with that fan-made
Welcome
story.
to the stage of history retold.
That makes me feel so uncomfortable just thinking about the story.
Let's go.
Alright, let's go for the Android. No, actually I want to. It's a shame it's available for the Xbox 360. Is it available for the Xbox One? I hope it is. Then I can actually get that on my on my Xbox One. Let's see. Oh. Okay, Fearless Eye. I'm gonna go with the Night State. I need to ask though, Vamp, is it available for the Xbox One? If it is, I'll definitely buy it, and I'll play it like freaking mad. GX15. haven't even played Soul Blade, actually.
The tragic fall of the cherry blossom magnifies its beauty, as with life.
You really want to play with fire?
Ready to fight?
Oh, I can get that one for the PlayStation 1 then. Soul Edge or Soul Blade. Alright, Zira. Oh, that could have hit her. Yes! Soul Blade. Soul Blade, Soul Edge. Depends on which one you're talking about. That's the issue. They went with Soul Blade, then Soul Edge, but then they changed it to Soul Calibur. Ah, I ran into that one literally. Ow, 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 you bitch. I will smack you. And I can do that since I'm a woman. I'm playing as a woman anyway. Oh yeah, I love this ability. She actually, if you do a special kick, she'll float up like she's Princess Peach, and I love it. I love that kind of ability. I'm surprised that people haven't made a Princess Peach character for Soul Calibur 6. Ah, I ran into that one. Ow. Bitch! Is this because I didn't give you a backstory? Good lord, I'm sorry, but I just don't know what I can do for you. I tried, I really did.
Ready to lose?
Damn it! Also, to the two who did enter, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are enjoying this.
Thought you could beat me. Yeah, right.
Is that it? Alright, character selection. Time for another character. Yay! Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome to the stage.
I really hope, though I didn't get an answer though, Vamp. Is Soul Calibur, is the first Soul Calibur game available for the Xbox One? I think Baron would know. Let's go against Sunday. Sunday. Let's give him... Oh my gosh. Alright, Akira. Or Aki. Let's do this.
A single slash can cut even the frozen air in two.
Wow.
I can see the fear in your eyes.
Voices.
Show me what you've got.
Battle 1. Fight!
Oh, perfect, just like that. I love it.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight!
Get out of my space, bitch. Oh, I can never actually do that. That's my first. Oh, that's actually easy.
Victory goes to
Yay!
the last
That means I can finally play Soul Calibur 1! I have always wanted to play that! Oh, my back. Ow! You touched him. You son of a bitch!
Watch closely.
Yeah!
You're finished.
I did it!
evil.
I won.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
You're a disappointment.
I love it. I'm gonna definitely try to get Soul Calibur 1 on the Microsoft Store as soon as I can. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna keep going. This is fun.
Welcome to the stage.
I haven't had this much fun in my life. I could definitely use it after a long day of work anyway.
Soul of Haomaru shall be your undoing.
I guess his experience with the curse has definitely humbled him. Let's see if he can go up against the more seductive cat.
Found you.
Go, Cincy! Yes. And he's also a great snuggler when he's drunk. Oh my goodness. Not to mention, he gives great hugs. Also, did you know, Helix, that, like, I think I said it already, but Hayabashi really loves giving hugs to his students. Yeah. That goes a little too far, but we'll just say that
The desire for power leads the warriors to the
I'm really
arid
not
desert.
fond of talking with this, but
Why do you choose to fight?
yes, big woofy hugs.
Exterminate the pests.
But he really does not like cat.
Fight!
Oh no, you don't. Here's the thing, I've never really was good at him. That's the first win.
Victory goes to the last one.
He's a big
standing.
fluffy woofy. You know what I was thinking though, Helix? You, me, Tyler, and Corey would all get to sit around in the living room and watch movies together, and we all get to make jokes out of it. Kind of like how Lily Orchard does with insert a movie title in certain number of minutes, or in a minute. Only we won't really be the kind that actually does that. We won't really steal her idea, but we just poke fun at the movie.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
Big Woof Woof is kicking ass and taking names, motherfucker.
Three, fight! Your death will be painless.
Ow, bitch. And I think the first one I think we can all make fun of is Alone in the Dark by Swords to Evolve. And then I hear the word no. Just no. I'm like, oh. Just kidding, we'll do something different.
Show respect for the fallen who fought
Or
so
probably
bravely.
Corpse Bride. That's a good movie.
There is no hope for you.
He wins. The big fluky woof woof wins. Now he's ready to get drunk and laid. Now he's off to go get drunk. You better get his sake ready there, honey. Because if he doesn't see it, he's gonna make you do he's gonna make you do those heavy lifting. With him sitting on your back.
Welcome to the stage.
He's gonna make
of
you do
history.
push-ups while he sits on your back. And you don't want that, do you? Alright, here's...
Soul of Xianghua.
Fight's mine.
Let's go with her with Sierra versus Larry.
Soul of Killick.
This
She's always sick and tired of him always hitting on her. So she's finally gonna beat some sense into him. She's like, I'm sick of you always hitting on me. Time for somebody to teach you some manners, you pig. I love it. Oh, my back.
Now, the noble wolves carve their souls into their swords.
Okay, let's get this started.
Better?
You won't get any pity from me. Battle 1. Fight!
Did.
She's got big boobies. I'll just say it. Shiro's got really big boobies. Like, boobies! I sound like a child, I'm sorry. Like, I sound like a pervy child, and you're just like, grow up. She's like, oh, grow up. Big boobies and big skills. Actually, big boobs, but bigger skills. She's sick of you. She does not like to be treated like a trophy wife. At all. And he has a habit of being misogynistic from time to time. It just takes a woman to shut him up. And she's like, that's it. Time somebody shut you the hell up. Boom! Got it.
Did you like it?
Nailed it. Time somebody taught him a lesson. It's like, this is to teach you respect, this will teach you to respect women, you pig. And she loves to add salt to the wound. She's that much of a person. Alright, oh boy. Oh my gosh! I think what I want to do with my life... I actually didn't really think about talking about this one, but I feel like I should. Because I personally would love to do something with this, with streaming in general. I mean, I love to make videos, don't get me wrong, I love making them, but there are times, though, that I would love to try and do some positive things for the community. Time for little Ada to go up against Daddy Goliath.
Soul of Zasalamel.
I think what I want to do is try streaming for good causes, like charity streams. If it was ever possible, I would love to make a stream to help make more of the COVID-19 vaccination. That would be like the coolest thing I could ever do. Like doing this for like a long time. And then, Lord and behold, he's like, okay, princess, let's see what you've learned. Hell yeah, we would. It'd be great if we could do streams for charity. You asshole. Haha, turn that around. I love that kind of feeling.
Victory will not come easy. It must be seen.
I think all four of us would, technically. If we all lived under one roof. Of course, in all honesty, we would basically do a lot of I think personally what I would love to do is to try to make it very fun for all of us.
Victory goes to the last.
I think what I'd love to do is for all four of us to play Gauntlet Dark Legacy. All of us would be playing it on the GameCube, we'd be streaming it, raising it for charity. All four of us would show our faces because we don't know any better. Fudge! I lost that one! No! You a-hole! He's like, no! Got her! Payback! I win.
Claim victory and bask in the
I love that feeling of winning. It's always fun.
Tomorrow's victory starts with a heart of steel.
That was a close one. I thought I was really going to lose a few times. Alright, character selection. I love being that moron of the bunch. Oh my god.
welcome to the stage of history.
I'm sorry, I'm really exhausted, and I'm doing my best to stay awake. Well, staying alive, I think, would be a better option to say. I mean, I'm not dying, I'm just really exhausted from work. Okay, so, Joseph and Belladonna. They have no relation. But she hates losing. But he hates losing. He's more of a big training freak, as I mentioned earlier. But out of all of it, meh. That would be fun. Though in all honesty, it would get a lot of people thinking that we're just a Smash channel.
A history of conflict repeats itself at this old sea keep.
Let's go.
Ready to fight?
Battle one. Fight.
Ow. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, the eye. I forgot about that. I forgot to explain what it meant. Belladonna, on this case, actually found out the sword's true intention, and actually has made her own clan to put an end to the cursed sword's evil. She made the White Eye clan.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Not a very original name, but it's a work in progress.
Battle three. Fight.
I mean, would you really want it to call... I mean, in all honesty, would you really want to call it, like, would you really want to call it the Anti-Soul Edge Club? Not very unique, and so childish. Ah! That was funny! Oh god, that was hilarious. At least we get to see it on...
Back to the road.
Oh my god. One more, guys, and then I'm done. Sorry.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Okay. Oh my god. Go with.
Soul of Taki.
Time to clean up another mess.
I wish I could hug you guys. Really, I do. I would give anything for a hug. I am really dying at this case. Not really dying, but this is a metaphor. Oh boy. Alright, old Silver Wolves Haven. Daytime. I would love to hug you guys, really I do. Huggles, I love hugs. I like hugging. Like, I am so exhausted after work. Ow. Ugh. Ugh. I guess that's what happens when you decide to push yourself. And I work for the next, like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so that's like 4 days left for me to get through my nightmare.
Now, the noble wolves carve their souls into their swords.
Won't let me pass, huh?
You say something?
Cobra hugs, yay! Wait, what? The Cobra? Cobras. I'm basically merciless on her. Oh my god. Fun fact, did you know that this voice acting that is on Nyx's voice choice is actually voiced by Ali Harris, or I think that's her last name, but the same voice actress as Lightning from Final Fantasy 13? I didn't even know that, I don't think. I had to look it up. Yay. Oh my god, my neck! Go down! No, I gotta keep going! After this fight, I'll go to bed.
Can I leave now?
I wish. That's my thoughts exactly there, Michelle. Ow! Stupid pokey stick. You little bitch. Got her. Her mouth didn't move on that one. Looks like Lightning's taken down. Lightning's down. I repeat, Lightning is down.
Fought so bravely.
Did I overdo it?
Yay. I win. Alright. And I think that's about it for tonight. I really wish I could continue on, but I have work tomorrow morning from 7 to 3. I wish I can continue on, but I'm also very exhausted and pooped and just really, really ready to go to bed. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, because that's where I'll try my best to stream from now on. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch when it's... I'm sorry. I always remember I'm doing it on YouTube, but not on here. But, of course, I hope you guys do like this video. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Check out my Facebook and Twitter. Their links are not in the description. They will be up. This will be uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. I'll try to get it uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. But, I can't make any promises, so there is that. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching again, and I hope you guys can consider checking out my GoFundMe page to help me and my boyfriend move in together. Every little bit helps. We appreciate it. Even if we follow, even if you just share it with everyone, anything helps. We really appreciate it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm Shiron91. I hope to see you all on the next episode. Happy gaming. Stay safe. For the love of God, wear your masks, because if you're not, I will tape it to your face. Not really, but anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. Doodles. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go lay down a bit. I'm like really freaking exhausted. Bye everyone. See you next time.